Hello, I'm live. I'm live for another taste challenge, a Sunday morning, rainy Sunday morning taste challenge. I haven't even been able to go walk today. I wanted to walk a mile and a half. I haven't walked at all except in a Walmart parking lot to go buy lettuce and an onion. A yellow onion this time. I had red last. Okay, now, anyway, it's about 54 degrees, but I think it's going to warm up to about 64. But anyway, once rain passes, I have Palo Viejo white rum from Puerto Rico, introduced in 1906. Don't know how long it's aged. There's no age statement. But they said on the government of Puerto Rico website, it was part of the Rums of Puerto Rico Trade Association, which would mean it have to be aged at least 1 year in charred white oak barrels. Okay, so we know that. That's probably why it tastes good. You know, it's got good quality. And it was only $6.99 a liter, believe me. $6.99 a liter at the beverage store in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The beverage store. That's what it's called. On U.S. Highway 190 business route eastbound. First time I couldn't find it, but I was running out of time anyway that day. Happy Sunday, Jay. It was 8 degrees in eastern Massachusetts yesterday morning, says JoJo. 8 degrees. Oh, no. That's too cold. It was 46 here. No, I think 47. Might have dropped to 46 though, right before dawn. All right, so what we have is the competitor, Aristocrat Light Rum, product of the West Indies. Okay, Light Rum. I need to change the title, but it doesn't really matter. But this was also $6.99 for a liter. Bottled by Grosscurth Distillers Company, Bardstown, Kentucky, 80 proof. Grosscurth was started by Mr. and Mrs. Grosscurth, a husband and wife team who both died within weeks of each other in 1999, 21 years ago. So it was a family-owned little distilling company, but their brands live on. So this is bottled in Kentucky. And this is bottled across the river in Illinois. You know, way across the river, but still in Illinois across the river. All right. $6.99 a liter, $6.99 a liter. Not sold in my town, not sold in my town. Purchased in East Baton Rouge Parish, purchased in East Baton Rouge Parish, purchased in St. Bernard Parish, or as they pronounce it out there, St. Benoit. I said St. Benoit, okay. And they don't call their parish St. Bernard Parish anyway. They call their parish the parish. There's 64 parishes, but if you ask any of those people, hey, where you live? In the parish. Oh, the parish. And somebody was telling me that, you know, those people are like so proud of where they live. It's like they're like fanatics. And they were asking them one time on the news, like this special feature, like at the end of the news, these personal interest type story. You know what I'm saying? Nice looking bottle, huh? Like, why are y'all so fascinated about Chalmette? Like, what's so wonderful about living in Chalmette along the Mississippi River? And they interviewed him, you know. The guy was like, well, they got lots of girls. You could drive up and down the highway in your car on Saturday night. I was like, okay, Chalmatians. All right. Go to the high school, watch the game on Friday night. They're very close-knit in Araby and Chalmette and Miro and so on. Anyway, I didn't go down there for tourism. I went down there because I was coming back from Georgia, honey. I was coming back from Georgia, and I said, let me stop at Super Discount Store. Maybe they'll have something there. They certainly did. They had this for $6.99. The infamous Ron Rio for $6.99. No, let me take that back. Aristocrat I bought at I don't know, one of these other liquor stores for $6.99. It doesn't matter because they all got like these little combinations. I bought Clubhouse and Ron Rio for $6.99 at super discount store. And then I bought that liter 1,000 milliliters liter bottle of the cherry pie, the pie hole cherry pie flavored liqueur whiskey, Canadian whiskey, for $1.99. Can you imagine that? A whole liter for $1.99. It took me like 5 months to drink it. I mean, come across a deal like that, you know you're going to buy it. Like when I was at International Market last month and I saw the Southern Comfort Fiery Pepper made with Tabasco sauce. I mean, $3.99. I said it may be horrible, but I don't care for $3.99. But then as it turned out, it was really good. All right. Sometimes it doesn't work out. You know, Ron Rio, perfect example. All right. I think this is going to be a draw, to tell you the truth. But maybe, just maybe, the Palo Viejo could be a little bit better. And I'm making my way through all these extra days where I know I can't do taste challenges. So I'm looking at this date book and I'll say, okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days left after today to make up. And I have 13 days to make up those 4. I've got 13 days left to make up those 4 days. I think I can do it. I just have to do some double ups, but that's all right. You say, yeah, you're lying. You're giving me an excuse to drink. You want to triple up, quadruple up. No. Said before, if I wanted to just drink a lot, I would just say it on the internet. I'm drinking a lot because I'm out of control, and I would just admit it. I'm telling you, I'm doing it for the taste challenges and to schedule it. But and it's working out. I didn't think it was at first. I thought, ain't no way I'm going to make it. Not going to make it because in March I don't have time because I got to double up for some days in March. So, but I think I'm going to make it now. All right. Anyway, and then I got to do Stout Sunday later. I got the s'mores. I don't think it's a stout or a porter. I got to look it up. It's a dark ale. Though. It's kind of like a stout and porter, but they don't call it that. From Shiner. But John and Neely said you could bring it. Oh, good. The rain's stopping. After this, I can go walking the first half mile. Smells sweet, kind of sugary, kind of just what you say, regular. Little char, little oak. Nothing too remarkable, but honestly, it's no worse than the Captain Morgan white label in the Bacardi Superior, and you got to pay a lot more money for those. So the way I see it, you may as well just pay $6.99 and get a lot cheaper product. You say, but I want the pretty bottle. Well, okay, then pay $7 extra. This one's a little more sugary. Ever try Maple Bacon County Porter from Funky Buddha? Says Johnny Tactical. No, because we don't get their beers down here, to my knowledge. Of course, that can change in a snap. You see, that's why I'm always telling people, don't send me the beer because a lot of times people send me beer and a month later or a week later, there it is on the shelf. And I tell them, look, and I'll see what they paid. You know, they send me this beer and then they paid like $17 to send. I was like, why would they? But they say, I just want to watch you review it. Well, that's a compliment, and I appreciate you saying that you would trust my reviews or whatever. But still, that's a lot of money to lay down. All right, so in aroma, I can't really tell, but let's go with the taste. Wood, charred oak, sugar, you know, like light molasses. Well, it's called Aristocrat Light, but it's all light, mild, mellow, nothing harsh. I'll tell you, I caught myself just now, see? I'm glad when I catch myself, because sometimes I might say stuff on air and people will just take it the wrong way, and it's a big problem, and I don't want to deal with big problems. I don't even like to deal with little problems, but you're going to have to deal with them in life. But I almost said I would rather drink these than the bourbons I was drinking this morning. The straight bourbon whiskey, the Jim Beam Repeal batch. Oh well, spoke too soon. Here comes the rain. And the Old Crow. But boy, don't get caught on the internet saying you'd rather drink bourbon. You'd rather drink white rum than bourbon. Boy, that'll unleash a firestorm. But I caught myself. I didn't say it. I said I'm just mentioning what I was going to say, but thankfully I didn't bring it up. Glad I caught it. Boy, these are so similar. It's woody. It's get a little bit of that char pepper. You know, there's like the charred wood sometimes be like black pepper. I don't understand why. And these white rums, a light molasses. Helps my throat. My throat was kind of hurting last night. I said, "Oh man, I don't want to get sick." And I didn't get chilled at the parades yesterday or anything, but you never know who you're gonna run across coughing. And I did pass in front of a couple of Chinese restaurants, so now I'm over here with a sore throat and this, so probably that's what happened. But I take the vitamin C every day, so I think it knocks it out kind of fast. Okay. I passed in front of Golden Wall Chinese. That was one of the places. All right. Okay, so that's pepper, sweet wood. Yeah, same thing. Maybe a little touch of bagasse, which is the rancid sugarcane stalks, which really comes into play with the Ron Rio. It's like, what are they doing with Ron Rio? Are they sitting at the laboratory saying, "Oh man, this tastes like rancid old sugarcane stalks with all the juice smashed out of them. This is what we want to go with. This is what we want." There's a little of that there and a little yeast, like, so making me think that it's the Palo Viejo, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't really know. You might be saying that that's a taste challenge that's quite challenging. Some of those are a joke, like those Johnny Walker taste challenges. It wasn't any kind of challenge. You're right. There was no kind of challenge there. The Johnny Walker was so distinct compared to all the other scotches, and it whipped them all, beat them all. But these two are so comparable that I would say, how on earth would you ever consider anything else besides price? And in this case, they're the same price. So just buy what you want. Now, okay, you could argue that the Palo Viejo has a prettier label. Got the tree on it and the medallions, kind of a nice, got the gold trims, nice looking. Whereas Aristocrat, the silver and blue, I think I bought this at Savannah Discount now that I recall. It's kind of plain, and I know I bought it at Savannah Discount. It's plain, and it looks like one of these food service products, like you see when they deliver to the schools or a restaurant, you know, those food service, like they don't sell it in the grocery store, but it looks like some kind of, you know what I'm saying, food service, like Aristocrat, Autocrat, that's what it's called, Autocrat Foods. It looks kind of like that, like something that they wouldn't actually sell in a store, but that you would see with like the U.S. Army canteen. It is an actual brand, though. It just looks kind of like that. But otherwise, they taste almost identical, and they're both good. Whenever I see a new beer I want to try, I always check first to see if you have reviewed it. Always spot on. Oh, thank you, JBD. Well, that makes me feel good when I do beer reviews, and most of the feedback I have gotten in 9.5 years is that what I was saying matched up with what they thought about it. And I think that's a good thing. And that's means the channel was successful. And that's it. I do the beer reviews and people are telling me, yeah, it's just like what you're saying. So that's it. Success. Now, you might say, well, other people don't like you because of political reason. You have political ideas they don't like. Well, that's totally irrelevant to the channel. You understand? Like, what's that got to do with beer reviews? You know, those are political videos I make, or history, geography. That's a different subject. And I've had people in the past and I've got their comments still posted. So they'd have to go back and try to remember, like, where did I make that comment? They never be able to remember, you know, where they were saying, oh, great job, my friend. You do a great job. You know, and then let's be friends on Facebook and all of that. And I'm like, okay. And then later, they don't want to be friends because, oh, well, you said something about politics and that's really offensive to me. And I was like, you can't compartmentalize. You don't know how to do that. You know what compartmentalize means? It means you look at things in compartments. Like, there's some people that do beer reviews that have, to me, outrageous political ideas, and they're ignorant. What I mean is they don't know enough. If they learn more, they probably wouldn't be so left-wing or whatever. So I just shake my head when I hear them talking, and I'm like, oh, good grief. But on the other hand, I think they do good beer reviews, or wine or liquor, but I don't see too many wine reviews on the internet. So, although I know there are many. And so I just, you know, say, well, that's part of their personality, and I think it's deficient, whatever. I don't agree with it. However, that is irrelevant to the reason I started watching their reviews. I didn't watch their beer reviews because I was concerned about their political ideology. That didn't make any difference to me. If I said they did a good beer review, then they did a good beer review. That's it, cut and dry. I can't backtrack and go back later and say, oh, well, I don't like her because she supports this guy and he's socialist. And so I'm not going to watch her beer reviews anymore, even though I said clearly that I thought she did a good job. I mean, that's stupidity. You know, you got to have some kind of, it helps to have intelligence when you're approaching these things, I think, and discernment and wisdom, whatever. So I had one lady come visit me, and she was wearing some T-shirt that was meant to trigger people. You know, I knew what she was doing, but I didn't care. I thought it was funny, actually. And some people got angry, like, why are you letting, like, why am I letting her in my videos, her wearing that shirt? Because my attitude was like, because I don't care. You know, it wasn't like sacrilegious or something, you know. I mean, I wouldn't obviously have put that in there, but it wasn't like using bad language. It was just like, I just rolled my eyes like, okay, whatever, man. Because I'm thinking to myself, maybe one day I'll be in her videos, and I got some good T-shirts to wear and good caps with nice flags, certain red, white, and blue flags with stars, if you catch my drift. Okay, so no big deal, no big deal, no big deal. But to some people, it is a big deal. Because why? They can't compartmentalize. Oh, well, I don't care. I still watch their videos, and I make kind comments. They don't like it. But like Jesus said, love your enemies. And really, in the Bible, Jesus says, if you praise your enemies, it's like dumping hot coals on their head. Meaning they would rather if you curse them and join the hate. But if you're nice and kind and loving and forgiving, they hate that, you know. Because darkness wants more darkness, right? Darkness doesn't like, even, didn't Jesus say that in the Bible? Darkness doesn't want the light. It's afraid of the light, actually. Well, anyway, I lost some friends because of politics, says JT. Others, we go way back and forth and have fun. Yeah, I have friends that were in elementary school with me. I have a friend. I could name his name. I ought to name his name, but no, okay. Here's a guy I've been knowing since first grade. He used to come to my house. I went to his house. I knew his parents. I ate dinner at their house, you know, when I was a little kid, spaghetti and meatballs. See his parents all the time. He wants to be friends on Facebook. Like, I'm talking about 10 years ago. Okay. This is a guy that's posting political stuff 10 days a week. All right. 29 hours a day. I don't care. No big deal. You know, it's Obama this, Trump that. Goes on and on. Never ends. But I don't care. So, but sometimes, you know, you making a post, I'm going to make a comment. But you know how a lot of these, especially the liberals, They don't put a disclaimer. They should put a disclaimer by their post saying, warning, you must agree with me at all times or I will not be your friend. See, I don't put a disclaimer because I don't care if you agree with me. As long as you don't do what did we learn years ago? Straw man comments. What are straw man comments? They're comments that are not related to the post, but are meant to draw people away from the topic at hand and to get into a dead-end discussion about something that's really not related to the topic. And that's an old trick of the left to make straw man comments. And you learn that, you know, by studying and whatnot. So I said, I told the people doing that, I said, you don't have to agree. I don't care if you agree with me, but you're not going to make straw man comments because you're not even addressing the topic at hand. We're talking about some bombing in Paris, and you saying, well, you know, the Crusades happened in 1099. Then you get in this long discussion about the Crusades. I say, hold on, not going to do it. Go do your own post and do all that. Of course, they're not going to do that because straw man comments are meant to attack your post. So I would just delete them. I wouldn't make a big deal of it. I would just simply delete and go on. Well, they got furious, you know. But anyway, but this friend I had from first grade, he's that kind, you know, contentious, you know. So soon as Trump got elected in 2016, boom, unfriended, no longer friends. I said, wow, what a friend. You got a very bizarre and warped sense of loyalty, you know. Because I voted for somebody who you never met over somebody else who you never met and you don't know. You don't want to be my friend. I said, a friend like that, I don't need. All right. Your wife, I'm friends with her. I'm not too friendly. You know what I mean? But I'm friendly with her because she's a decent person. Yeah, she's Miss Liberal, queen of the liberals, but she got a sense of decency and propriety. So I'm still friends with her. All right. Now, that's the way I look at it. And I know I'm right. Like the priest was saying last night, don't become angry. Like he was talking about people becoming, not last night, yesterday afternoon, angry. We always say, I'm right. I'm 100% right. And the other person's 100% wrong. He says that's typically not the case. You know, usually you kind of wrong too. I know I'm not wrong in the political sense, but I might be sometimes wrong temperamentally, you know, say the wrong thing or be too hostile or whatever. I understand that. I agree with that. Okay. But, there is a situation where people being so uptight, you know, and it's hard to deal with uptight people. And we've talked about this in the past, volatile people. How do you deal with volatile people? Long answer short, you can't. People that fly off the handle, what do you do with that? You can't. So I don't know what these are. I swear I don't know. It's a tie. I can't figure it out. That's why I'm talking about other things that are actually interesting. But okay, so this is the Palo Viejo. And I did kind of like imply that it was Palo Viejo, but I wasn't definitive, so I can't take credit for it. And that's the Aristocrat. Okay, so I'm not going to take credit, even though I did kind of imply that I was on the right track. But if I didn't definitively say it, then I don't get the win. Okay, I don't take credit for things I didn't do. Okay, so couldn't figure them out. It's a draw. All right. It's hard to be friends with a socialist, says JBD. They always want to share, only they want to share your stuff. Right. I understand that. You know, I get that. But see, usually they're thinking they're going to share other people's stuff. Maybe not yours in particular, because they don't understand those kind of concepts. Because they're like, they only kind of like entertain collectivism, you know, like we all, but they'll say things that are counterintuitive towards what they're promoting. Like they'll say, well, I like socialism because it's just a bunch of people sharing. I said, no, that would be like volunteerism or something, you know. That's not socialism. Socialism is the government using force to take your stuff and give it to other people. And I can't ever get them to understand that. Well, some of them do understand it, but they're, you know, the ones that do understand it and stick with it, they're just like hardcore hammer and sickle red communists, you know. So I just go after them a little bit harder, you know. I have less sympathy. You know, they're the real hateful ones. You know, the anti-Christian. You know what I'm saying? You know, these people are they on Facebook to tile. They're on Facebook to tile the media platform. You know what I'm saying? These are you know what I'm saying, hardcore lodge members. You know what I'm saying? These are masters. They got degrees. I don't mean the right kind of degree, but so I would be more combative with them. But usually they won't be friends at all. You know, they're very hostile, wound up, hate, you know, full of hate. But you know, the ones I'm talking about that are my friends that have these socialist ideas. They're some of them you could talk to, but many you can't because they're volatile. Now, do volatile people gravitate towards socialism? That's an interesting. Is there a correlation? I don't know. Could be. Have to think about that. Have to do the study. Haven't done any studies. You say, well, look at Adolf Hitler. He was a National Socialist. He was pretty volatile. There's no doubt about that. And so, did he gravitate toward socialism due to volatility? I don't know. Maybe he just ideologically liked it, But then I'm thinking of other people that are like that, and they seem pretty volatile. So, that's just like that's not hard evidence. I did not do a study. All right, leftists are the most intolerant people on the planet, says JBD. They're insufferable. They tend to be intolerable because their ideology is intolerable. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't coexist with other viewpoints. See, when you have a totalitarian viewpoint, it's very difficult for it to coexist, right? You say, oh, but I have a friend with dreadlocks and she's 26 years old and she has a bumper sticker on her Toyota Corolla that says coexist. Yeah, I know, but they oftentimes use terminology that doesn't jibe with their thinking. What they mean is coexist with my ideology, but not real tolerance, not real coexistence and whatnot. So I understand what you're saying, and I've been through it. I've dealt with it. And they use these default arguments, you know, well, since you don't accept socialism, you're obviously a racist. Or I've even had them say, you're a KKK member because you don't accept socialism. Which sort of kind of like it. I try to tell, it's almost like I'm trying to coach them. I'm like, you know, you don't really help your argument when you say those kind of things. Let me tell you how to promote socialism better. All right. And it's like, I want to tell them that, you know, when you say those kind of things, you actually empower the right wing. You know, you're actually giving ammunition to your enemies because you're making yourself look so ridiculous, you know. But if the person is dumb and doesn't know it, how can you explain that to them, right? They have to have some cognitive ability. So anyway, I don't care. Pound down these taste challenges. Yes, I'm pounding down the taste challenges. It's work. If one should call a hobby work, which it isn't, but I'm just saying that in a jocular way. But I feel good about it because I've knocked most of them out. Now I'm down to only 4 left in 13 days, and I just feel like I'm going to make it. You know, March. Let's look at March, just for the sake of looking at it. I got to get off of this because I got to listen to a lot more songs in Rock and Roll Club. Somebody made a thread yesterday, Saturday night songs. I was like, oh man, this is going to go on and on and on. And I got to listen to all the songs. But they had some very good songs. And by the way, and then I said, I don't have any Saturday night songs or Saturday specific songs that I'm a champion of. And then I caught myself later and I said, what am I saying? I do have one. Wait, it's Saturday Afternoon by Jefferson Airplane. So I had to post that. And then they were like, oh yeah, yeah. So I got to listen to all of that. All right. Let's see, March, the odds of March. We looking at oh man, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, 17 days. Well, I don't know how I'm going to make up 17 days out of 31. I don't. You say, yeah, just double them all up. Yeah, about the only way. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't know, but you say you just got to keep drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, drinking, then you can make it. Well, I guess if I use that approach, I can do it. Well, look at this rain. I can't understand this. I was looking at the radar. Oh, it's incredible. Where I live? I mean, what is this? The semi-tropics? Is that what I'm dealing with over here? Semi-tropical weather? I mean, the progressive liberals of today, this is Ronnie talking, not me. The progressive liberals of today are actually ideologically related to the original conservatives of the early 1900s. The original conservatives? Don't think I understand that statement. We're the real radicals, Ron. Okay. 5 taste challenges coming this Tuesday. Yeah. And it literally would have to be that, but I can't go there. You know, I can't. I mean, I could, but it would be so stupid. Oh, well, it just is what it is, you know. We'll see what we can do, but if we can't make it, we can't make it. We have faith in you, Ron. You can do it, says JBD. I can do it. There's no doubt that I can do it. The question is, do I really want to do it? I do want to do it because I want to get through all these, but I don't know. I got to think about it. I just got to work through it. I just got to work it, drink it down, work it down, drink it down, drink it down, work it down, work it down. All right. Walk it out. I'll walk it out. I'll walk it out. I'll walk it out. Now I have a Beta Light coming up for a review. Maybe I'll do that today. A Beta Light, supposed to be the new and improved Beta Light. There's only one little problem. Nobody cares about a regular Beta Light, the old one. Look on YouTube. Look up video reviews for a Beta Light. You're going to say, well, I see your face and a couple other people in the last 15 years. What's going on? That's what's going on. Nobody cares. Okay. I was saying that both groups favor state control. Oh, well, yeah, if you look at the establishment conservatives, I guess what you're saying, like people say Eisenhower Republicans and all that. Yeah, they favor, they're statist, what they call statists. They believe in state control. They don't understand federalism, and they probably don't care about federalism. So, yeah, okay, I'll go along with that. But there's a little bit more to it also. So you got to look at the ideology down the line. Tried Sweetwater George Brown yesterday. Absolutely delicious. I would try it if I could get it, and I ain't never seen it, but I could, you know, I might run across it tomorrow. All right, well, that's it. I got to get off of this. Enough commiseration, this, that, everything. I'm glad I got it done. Now I'm going to go wash these dishes, rolling up my sleeves, and then I'm going to listen to all these songs on Rock and Roll Club. You can join Rock and Roll Club. We got so many new members joining because everybody wanted to quit that other horrible rock and roll group. I was calling it a totalitarian rock and roll group. Crazy people running it. And they all came to me and said, we're quitting because the guy's crazy. I said, he's not crazy. He's just mean, you know, hateful. But they like my group because I'm not mean and I'm not hateful. All right. And they say, can I post this? Like, they're so traumatized from being in the last group. Like, can I post this song? I'm like, I don't see why not. It's rock and roll music. Yeah. Olive Fire says, yeah. Sweetwater is a good brand. He sounds like he needs a drink. Who sounds like he needs a drink?